28 years ago, I can still remember the day the Sega Genesis was released. And I would play it day and night, totally in awe of its graphical might, realizing the NES was officially deceased. But Nintendo was about to deliver a new console to make Sega shiver, a 16-bit successor to the NES, with Mode 7 3D goodness. Now they say classic gaming's died, but modern consoles are terrified of what a little computer can provide to fill gamers with classic pride. So I'm building my Raspberry Pi. Classic gaming when it's raining is such a good time. With all these titles I will plan to survive, and I'll be laughing every time that I die as I load save state on my Raspberry Pi.
Hey everyone, this is Jason from the digitalSoup podcast, bringing you episode 3 in my homemade Super NES Mini Raspberry Pi RetroPie extravaganza, we'll call it. This is where we actually get to see what the little system does. I'm pretty excited here. Now let's go ahead and kick this system on with that little power button that I have built into my cable. And the reason why I didn't want to power it on until right now, because I want you to see exactly what it looks like as it boots up. It's going to go through, the different boot process. You're going to see normally stuff that you don't see in a console, of course, because this is, like I said, a mini computer. So we're going to see all the boot screens. There's the splash screen for RetroPie. This is awesome. I mean, I love every time I boot this up. I love seeing all this. It's so much fun. I just can't wait to get in and play some games. Now, I'm going to let you know that I am not using the retro controller that came with them. The only reason being is because I have some PlayStation 1 games, the original PlayStation games, which you need an analog stick. So I actually hooked in my PS3 controller. Amazingly enough, it works perfect. I love it. It's very nice. But here's our menu. Like I said before, you can do, just about any emulator, any console with us. Let's go on over. Let's go to the main RetroPie here, and let's go in here and just show you a few different settings here that you can do. Now, of course, like I said, it has the built-in Bluetooth, etc. But you could change the themes. Now, when we go into the different consoles, you're going to see the games with the game art, descriptions and stuff, but you can completely change the looks of this. You can have pictures of, the consoles in the back. You can even have what's called a tracked mode, which I did not install on this, but there's many guides online to install a track mode, and it actually shows full motion video of, the game that you're going to playing in the background, which is kind of cool, but just something I didn't think I needed to do. But here you have all your configuration screens, etc. So it's just a basic setup, but it's pretty nice. All right, now I know that's not what you guys want to see. Definitely, you want to see some games. So let's go. We're building this because we can't get a mini Super Nintendo. So here we go. We are going to play Super Nintendo first. Now look at this. The mini Super NES console that's coming out has, I believe, 21 games, right? I got about the same amount of games there, if you could see on the screen. About the same. All right, let's go into it. And this is what I was talking about. This is what's so nice. It has the art of the cover art over on the right, and then, the release date and description and stuff, which is really nice. Now, like you saw there, I have, 700-something games. So it's pretty crazy. It's hard to choose a game when you have every game, but let's just pick a game here. What do we want to see? Do we want to see an actual Nintendo game, or do we want to try Nintendo created game, or do we want to try something different? Now, here's what I'm going to show you here. It does what's called scraping to pull up the box art and information and stuff. And you see I have 2 Donkey Kong Country 3s, Dixie's Kong Double Trouble. Well, one of those is the actual original Donkey Kong, which I got to figure out how to go in there and switch it out. I just haven't had time. I let it auto scrape everything, and as you can see, it got some of it wrong. So let's see. What do we want to try? Oh, no, not a Final Fight. Let's try a Final Fight. Oh, and look at that. I got 3 Final Fight 2. So I'm assuming some of these are not Final Fight 2. Let's just go into the first Final Fight and let's see what it is. Now, when you click on it, of course, it's telling you it's launching it here. And we're going to go into it, and it's kind of a surprise to see what it is since we have 3 Final Fight 2s here. Which is this? This is, actually, this looks like Final Fight 1. Let's skip to the main screen. Yep. Oh, this is Final Fight Guy. I have no idea what this is. This must just be one of the offshoot ones. Guy or Hagar. Well, we always have Guy or Hagar, don't we? All right. Press and start. Press start. And I want to be the big guy. Who wants to be Guy? This is called Final Fight Guy, but I'm being Hagar. That's pretty suiting, isn't it? Now look at the graphics, pretty decent. I mean, these haven't been upscaled at all. It's, it's basic. I mean, it's sharp, but it's, it hasn't been improved at all. And I don't know if you can improve Super Nintendo games, but you can really improve PlayStation games, which I found amazing. I've never seen PlayStation look this good. Boom. Yeah, how do you like that? Now, what's cool, and you play this, it has, all the saves. It saves it all right onto your Raspberry Pi. Save states, how, like this game, you just, there is no save. But say you decided you don't want to play it anymore, you could do a save state. Well, I'm doing really bad here. I should stop talking. All right, but if you press on the PlayStation controller, if you press the PlayStation button and start at the same time, you go back to the main menu. It's pretty cool, huh? All right, let's go back to some other systems here. Now, Gameboy Advance. Now, this is something you haven't been able to play short of virtual consoles on Nintendo systems on the big screen. And it's pretty cool to see some of these games up here. So let's choose. Oh, man, these are all scraped wrong. Look at this. Let's choose. I don't know what to choose. Let's choose a Mega Man game. So let's choose Mega Man. This is actually Mega Man 0, 1. So let's go ahead and go into this. Look at this full screen Game Boy Advance. Pretty cool. All right. I can't skip any of these intros. Oh, there we go. Now I can. Of course, being, blowing up to, 1080p, whatever. It's not looking the best, but it's still pretty cool to be able to play this. Oh, I should have done Metroid, shouldn't I? Oh, whatever. We'll just do a little bit of this and see what it's like. If I can get by all these start screens. I'm just, I just don't like a lot of these animated screens. I just want to get right into the meat of the game. Let's get in there. Come on. Let's go. What kind of busters are these? That's the type of voice I hear that guy in my head having. Come on, I want to fight. I want to fight. Puff, puff, puff. Now, what kind of message is that sending to kids? All right, let's go. Feels like I'm starting to control something here. You should go. I'll take care of them. That's a good voice for that guy. They should have had me be the voice actor. Oh my goodness. Let me just play. So impatient. Jason is so impatient. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Holy moly. Enough talking. I don't think I ever played the Mega Man Zeros on the Game Boy Advance. I don't remember this much dialogue. Why do you need this much dialogue in a Mega Man game anyway? That's like Mortal Kombat. Let's have a 4-hour intro movie for Mortal Kombat. Yeah, you don't need it. Wow, did I pick the wrong game? Let's go. All right, now do we... Oh, still, you know what? I'm just impatient. I can't do it. Boom, bye. We're out of here. So let's go classic Nintendo. I just want to show you how good this looks. Let's pick a game here real fast. Let's pick... not a Dragon Warrior. It's too big. Look at that. We got everything here. Oh, I remember RC Pro-Am. I used to love that game. Let's just get into that real fast. Oh, no cover art for that. It doesn't scrape everything perfectly. I probably have to go in and manually do a lot of it. But see, it's so nice and sharp. The graphics here. Which button? There we go. All right. Woohoo! I'm in third place, but I'll be first soon. Oh man, oversteer. Yeah, I remember this game. I want to get some weapons. Oh, that speeds me up. Better tires. Come on. Where's the missiles? Oh, there's an engine upgrade. Wow, I need some practice. There are missiles in this. I do remember that. And you have to collect different letters. Like there's a letter there. I don't know what I spell. I don't think I spelled Nintendo, but I can't remember actually. Look at me go. Oh, second place. Not too bad. I haven't played it for a long time. But that looks pretty good. Now, here's what I want to do. I'm going to get out of here, and I am going to go to PlayStation. And the reason being is, like I said, and I don't have many PlayStation games on here yet. Let's just go to... Let's do a Crash game, because, Crash and Sanity just came out for the PlayStation 4. So, in honor of that, we will play this. Now, I still have the enhanced settings on, so we see all the, it's all sharp and everything. I'm not going to go turn them off. Originally, that's what I was going to do. I was going to start it up first without all those additional settings, and then throw those filters and settings on so you can see what it looks like. But you can see on the screen right now, I mean, look at how sharp and clear all this is. I mean, of course, video and, static screens like that always look good. But look at that. That didn't look that good on your regular TV. That is awesome. So let's go ahead and let's get this to start. And hopefully, I can't remember if this game has a big old intro or not. I don't think so. Look at the clarity. Insanity Beach. This is insane. He's like, oh, man. I'm shipwrecked on this island. Look at the graphics. That is great. All right, where's my spin? There it is. Woohoo! And jump. Yep. All right, so I got this down. I think there was only two you really needed for this one. And you know what? I forgot. I said I hooked this up for the analog stick, but the original Crash did not need an analog stick. It used all the digital pad. Now the Crash team. Oh, whoa! How did I do that? I was falling and I jumped and I saved myself. I guess that's just how good I am. But yeah, Crash Team Racing needed analog if I remember right. I know most of them did as we went on. These first few games there was no analog stick on the original PlayStation. I do remember that. That got added in later. Little trivia there for you gamers out there. The PlayStation originally did not have analog sticks. The original controllers just had a digital pad, and they look pretty weird now. But yeah, pretty sweet, huh? This little Raspberry Pi is powerful enough. Let's run over this guy. To play PlayStation 1 games. Now, I don't have any N64 games on here, and the reason being is, unfortunately, some of the videos and stuff, they are optimizing a little bit better, but it doesn't work the best, unfortunately. Now, I guess it works a lot better than it did on the Raspberry Pi 2, so I'm assuming when the Raspberry Pi 4 comes out, I will be purchasing that for a sweet, 35 bones. And that will probably have perfect N64 emulation. And that's what's nice about this. All of the Raspberry Pis have been the same size. So, they fit into whatever case you have, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get out of here. All right, so that's PlayStation games. And a lot of people never played the TurboGrafx-16, which in Japan was called the PC Engine. So let's go in here. They got some great games on here. A lot of great games. Bonk is a game that was, that was their Mario, their Sonic. And it was a pretty fun game. Now, let's see here. Some of my favorite games. Double Dungeon was a cool dungeon crawler. But my favorite RPG, and I'm going to show this to you here, it's called Nutopia. Let's go into that. Now, Nutopia was NEC. They're the makers of the TurboGrafx-16. It was their version of Zelda. And it's actually a really good version. So let's go in here and I'll show you what it's like. I thought it was pretty fun. The first time I ever played this was through emulation because I did not have a TurboGrafx 16. That TurboGrafx 16 that I got from my parents' house last summer, that was actually something I bought used off of eBay, 2 decades after it came out. So there's the little, I don't even know what his name is, but he's the little guy like Link. See, now look at these graphics. This is almost like a blatant ripoff of Zelda. So let's get through all the talkie. Jeez, every one of these games just likes to talkie. Yes, I know, Jason. Everybody's saying, Jason, this is an RPG. Of course there's going to be talking. But it's, it's an action RPG. Let's just get into it. Let's get into the action. Let's go. Why do I keep doing Matthew McConaughey? All right. Because I'm impatient. As the great Guns N' Roses once said, I need a little bit of patience. All right, so... Oh, I'm turning turbo off on the buttons here. I didn't mean to do that. So that's what's kind of cool about the TurboGrafx 16. They only had 2 buttons, but you could turn the other 2 buttons you use to turn on turbo for it. So, like, let's see if I turn turbo on. Did it do it? Yeah, I just hold it down and it just keeps going. And if I turn turbo off, you just hit it once and it's done. All right, now let me show you what the overworld looks like now that I've talked to this guy here. All right, you're going to tell me this doesn't look like Zelda. All right, let's go and get that jelly. Oh, going under the ground like Zelda games do. I see how you are. So let's go this way. Now watch the transition. Zelda, exactly like Zelda. And then you get different items. You got caves. So it's kind of a fun little game. TurboGrafx 16. A lot of people never had this system, which was sad because it was a pretty good. Here's a little more trivia here for you. It's called the TurboGrafx 16, and that's because it has a 16-bit graphics chip, but it only had an 8-bit CPU, just like the regular Nintendo. This was out during the regular 8-bit Nintendo's days. Well, at the end of it, right when Sega was coming out with the Genesis, actually. So this was an 8-bit processor with a 16-bit graphical processor, where the Sega Genesis was the first true 16-bit system. And I believe they used that in some marketing. So let's see, what else can I show you? I don't have a whole lot more. Now we go into the Mega Drive. I do have a lot of duplicates in here in different areas just because it didn't scrape it correctly here. But let's see a Sonic game. Let's go to a Sonic game so you can see, there is no slowdown in speed and stuff. Everything is good. Look at this. This is one of the bad things about having unlimited games. Oh my gosh, I'm still going. Still going. Sonic. I know, get close to you. There we go. So let's go. Just that says Sonic and Knuckles. Where's just Sonic? Maybe it scraped him wrong. This might just be the regular Sonic. We'll see. Why is it called scraping? That's weird. Yeah, this is Sonic and Knuckles. Okay. So I wonder if I don't even... Maybe I just Maybe I just acquired all the Sonic and Knuckles. So every one of these you could play Sonic or Knuckles. All right, let's see if we get some speed going. Whee! See, there's no slowdown. This Raspberry Pi can handle blast processing. You remember that? It was called blast processing. Little marketing hype. Boom. And then I'm going to go, let's see, up. There we go. Whee! Definitely with the, Sega Genesis, the Raspberry Pi can handle anything the Genesis throws at it, as you can see. This is pretty awesome. Now, what do I do here? I don't know. All right, let's get these rings. And now I'm just back to where I was, wasn't I? All right, well, we're not going to actually play these games. I just wanted to show you how they work. Now, I only have one 32X game right now. This is the WrestleMania. Not too many people own the 32X. This guy did, of course, because he wants to try everything out. Before the Saturn came out, Sega did release the 32X as a little stopgap before they got to the full-on 32X CD. This was a 32X cartridge system. It was an adapter that you slid into your Genesis, and then you plugged the cartridges into that, the 32X cartridges into that. Now, did they look better than regular Sega Genesis? Slightly. I mean, nothing to write home about or anything. But let's go ahead and take a look at, compared to today, this just looks horrible. But let's go with, who do we got here? Boy, we got a big selection. Let's go with Razor Ramon, Big Scott Hall. And let's go for the World Championship, of course. You gotta. Now, if I remember right, this game wasn't a straight-on wrestling. It was more like a 2D fighter, I think, more or less. And, boy, I wonder if did it go this fast in the actual 32X, or is the Raspberry Pi just emulating it way fast? I don't know. Boy, these graphics look so bad, but I bet you, back in the day, the 32X, this was like amazing. I don't even know how to do grappling moves. Okay. Oh, whoa. I got something out of there. I don't know. But here's the 32X. As you can see, it runs very fast. I might have to even slow it down. I'll probably get some more 32X games and then just check and see how those are, those play. Maybe it's just that one game. So I think I showed you, all the different systems I have right now. It's pretty cool. Like I said, there's so many different options you can do. Oh, and another little thing here. You can't just do consoles. You could do classic computing. There is emulators out there for Apple IICs, classic IBM, compatibles, the old school. And then there's SCUM, some of those, what is it? Got all those adventures, those click adventures. Use the SCUM emulator to play those. And why can't I think of one of the names right now? They're just on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. But you could do that. I mean, there's so many different emulators you can do. And of course you could do, all the portables. I just did the Gameboy Advance. That's the only one I was really concerned with. But you can do all the portables. But yeah, so that is it. I mean, that is the RetroPie, Raspberry Pi build in my little, super tiny Tendo case. So it looks just like a, Super NES classic console. Very happy with the system. As you can see, everything runs full speed, maybe even more than full speed. Now, the N64 emulation doesn't run full speed. That's why I didn't even, do anything on here. Maybe I'll do a video on it in the future, when maybe some upgrades or some maybe drivers or whatever future future updates to RetroPie even might do it. I think that what I have right now is 4.2. I think is the latest. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comments. Definitely check out the Digital Soup podcast every Tuesday. A new episode drops. You can check us out at www.digitalsouppodcast.com. Of course, any of your podcatchers on any of your phones, just search for us, Digital Soup, and you'll find us. And we do have a new URL. It is called buttfumes.com. So if you go to buttfumes.com, you can actually come right to us also. So until next time, this is Jason from the Digital Soup podcast saying later, Gators.
Just about done, honey.